RV sales are increasing at an even faster pace. A new event will pit popular YouTubers against each other as they renovate RVs in the desert. Airstream has launched a new go anywhere off road Class C motorhome. Wildfire season is set to be the worst on record, and another state drastically increases its camping fees for out of state residents. It's time for the latest in RV and camping news. I'm Jason Epperson, and welcome to the RV Miles News Roundup, where we provide you with all the latest news and information about RVs, camping, and road trip travel. We begin with the state of Idaho, who recently announced all camping and entry fees for non-residents have doubled at select state parks. Full hookups will cost $64 for non-residents. The annual entrance pass for all parks in the state jumped from $40 per year to $80 per year. Idaho is definitely not the first state to have increased camping fees for out-of-state residents, especially in that region. But double is certainly a big jump and makes some of those expensive private campgrounds outside of Yellowstone a bit more appealing. Meanwhile, the state of Michigan has announced that it will be dropping $250 million in upgrades, mostly directed at roads, bathhouses, water, and sewer systems in its state parks. 5 months ago, I shared the news about the world's largest RV maker, Thor Industries, with brand names like Keystone, Airstream, Tiffin, and Heartland, sitting on orders worth about $9 billion. Has that improved? Well, I suppose it depends on if you're a consumer, an RV dealer, or Thor. This past week, Thor released its quarterly earnings report, which shows a backlog of $14.32 billion, and they cannot make them fast enough, literally. Supply chain issues continue to hamper production. Thor's CEO Bob Martin told CNBC that the entire company is pretty much sold out for the next year, with most of the new recreational vehicle inventory already promised to waiting customers. The limited number of RVs that are heading to dealer lots are being snatched up as soon as they arrive. In short, demand is not waning as the pandemic dies down. It's growing. The entire industry had the best April on record, according to Statistical Surveys, Inc., a company that tracks RV industry data. 62,301 RVs were registered all across North America. The previous high was about 10 grand fewer back in April of 2018. April 2021 is the 11th consecutive month to set a new retail sales record for that respective month. This episode is sponsored by the Togo RV app. If you're looking for route navigation on your phone that takes into account the length and the height of your RV, look no further than the Togo RV app, which also includes checklists, maintenance reminders, and recall alerts for your specific RV, and a whole lot more. The app is free, but a $39 per year Togo RV Plus membership gives you full access to the navigation features, and you get our Village overnight RV parking and Road Trippers Plus memberships included, along with a whole host of discounts on RV products like tires and lithium batteries. You can get $10 off with the code RVMiles10X. Airstream has announced the new adventure-ready Interstate 24X high-end Class B motorhome, featuring all-terrain tires and wheels, an advanced power system, and a thoughtful 24-foot floor plan optimized for storage, hauling gear, and bringing along extra people. The Interstate 24X is built on the 4x4 Mercedes-Benz chassis, can seat up to 6 passengers, and boasts the largest sleeping area in any Class B motorhome. There's aircraft aluminum L-track on the walls, ceiling, and floor to allow you to hang, secure, tie down, and cinch your gear. The modular table system offers 4 mounts positioned throughout the interior or outside the entry door, where it becomes the ultimate work-from-anywhere standing desk or outdoor food prep station. There's a durable protective coating covering the coach's front and rear bumpers, as well as the sides and wheels, protecting from anything that might scratch on your way into camp. Extensive lighting options on and around the exterior include a 42-inch LED light bar and accent lighting all around. All units come stock with 200 amp hours of battle-born lithium batteries, a 2,000-watt inverter, 400 watts of custom military-grade solar panels, and additional solar panel inputs on the curb and street sides to maximize solar harvesting. The MSRP is over $213,000. And dealers around the country are now taking orders and will be receiving inventory in the coming weeks. The National Park Service has announced that visitor spending in communities near national parks in 2020 resulted in a $28.6 billion benefit to the nation's economy and supported 234,000 jobs. 237 million visitors spent $14.5 billion in communities within 60 miles of a national park. Last year was one of the most difficult on record for wildfires, but this year a mega drought may put it to shame. By almost any measure, the drought in the western states is about as bad as we've ever seen in modern history. It's very serious. A severe lack of rainfall over the past 2 years is turning many of the western forests into tinderboxes, according to CBS News. In 2020, more than 8 million acres burned, with California and Colorado experiencing their largest fires ever. But drought conditions this time last year were not even close to what they are right now. Fire season in the West traditionally ramps up in the summer and hits its peak in the fall, but it's beginning earlier this year. As you camp in the West, expect very few places where campfires are allowed, and remember that something as small as a lit cigarette could be the spark that sets off the destruction of hundreds of thousands of acres. Finally, capitalizing on the RV renovation craze, along with home-built RVs like schoolies and tiny homes, a new event set in front of the backdrop of the Great Sand Dunes area of Colorado will pit 3 YouTube creators against each other in a battle to build the perfect homespun RV in 5 days. The event is called Gutted, and the teams will have a few weeks to consult with their digital communities on the design. When they arrive in the shadow of Blanca Peak, they get a gutted vehicle, some tools and supplies, and the encouragement of the crowd, who are also invited to renovate and rehab their rigs on site. Gutted runs September 8th through 12th and is $150 per person, which includes boondocking on private land, seminars with influencers, and planned outings. You can find more info at guttedevent.com. I hope you enjoyed this week's RV and camping news. We'll continue to keep you up to date on the latest stories and developments every weekend, so make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And if you think a friend would like to know about this week's stories, please share this episode on social media. If there's anything specific you want us to cover, let me know. You can send your suggestions or requests for topics by emailing editor@rvmiles.com. Comment below any thoughts you have on this week's items. We all need to know more about how to prevent these fridge fires from blocking vents. Can you be more specific? Please include other common fire sources. Well, really, it's all about just opening those exterior panels every once in a while and cleaning and make sure that there's, sometimes bugs build nests in those things and stuff like that. So you just want to make sure they're cleaned out. It's just like your refrigerator at home. You're supposed to pull it out every now and then and vacuum off the back of it. You want to do that in your RV too. I went to Davis RV to replace my 2016 Allegro bus with a new 2021, and I'm 10th in line and an 8-month wait, even though I put a $50,000 deposit down. Okay, now I'm having cicada envy. After hearing about them nonstop on the news, I've not seen a single one here in northern New Jersey. The least you can do before filming inside your luxurious rig is showing us the cicada situation outside so we can see what it's like. Here's a look, and here's a recording of the sound. That's it for this one. We'll see y'all next time.